What's going on, everybody? It's my Polar Bear. Thank you all so much for checking out another video. And what I want to talk about today is reverse boosting and how you're actually doing it wrong. Now, thing is, I understand why people reverse boost, and I can appreciate why they do it, that they're sick of the algorithm, and I'll see that many comments over the past year or so talking about the matchmaking. Oh, you're purposely killing yourself just to get yourself an easier lobby. Sounds like a skill issue. Are they exactly the type of people who want to get in these easier lobbies and say, my lobbies are too sweaty? So please, no judgment. And thing is with reverse boosting, if you got that one account that you want to just get into easier lobbies, you kind of said, you know what, I've had enough. I don't want to have a sweatfest every time that I jump on and play. I also literally did not consent in any way, shape or form of having every lobby that I join being one of equal or greater skill. So you know what? Yeah, I'm going to trash my stats. I'm going to pretend that I'm a really, really bad player. I'm going to get myself right down in there with the bots. And the whole bot lobby thing is a misconception, but that's a different video for a different day. So then you actively go out of your way to prove to the game that you are nowhere near as good as what it thinks you are. And then in doing so, you then believe that, the chain reaction would be, it would put you in a lower skill tier, you would get put against lesser skilled individuals, and therefore you would have an easier time. On paper, that's how it works, but when the reality comes into it, that's actually not what happens. And the reason being is you're actually getting relatively close to where you want to be, but you're kind of just giving up that bit too soon. And it's kind of like what I imagine when people start a gym in January. Speaking of which, Happy New Year, because that's happening in the next day or so at the time of getting this video up. So yeah, the problem is you're not doing it for long enough. And that's the reality of it. You think, oh, I'm going to have 5 or 6 bad games and then I'm going to have a good game. And then when you have them 5 or 6 bad games, you think, well, that good game didn't really happen. 2 reasons for that. Firstly, what you class as a good game and what the game classes as a good game, the algorithm classes as a good game, they are 2 completely different things whatsoever. You think a good game is going, I don't know, a TDM, maybe a 35 for 3, getting your chopper gunner or something like that. No. The algorithm thinks you squeaking a positive and a 21-20 is a good game, therefore it's going to put you back up then. And also, don't forget that the game has been tracking you for a very, 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 very long time. We're talking Call of Duty Elite days, Modern Warfare 3, hell, even chances are before that, but I know for a while, ever since Modern Warfare 3, that the game's been tracking your account, and it knows you, it knows how you play, it knows how many people you've killed, it knows how many times you've died, it knows how many times you've accidentally semtex yourself, or killed yourself with your own IMS, or a VTOL's fallen from the air and landed straight on your dome. It just knows all of them things that have happened, so trying to trick it is not going to be easy. No. Thing is, if you actually want to get yourself into a position where you are getting in easy lobbies consistently and you don't want to have a different account, you don't want to have 2 consoles or 3 consoles or whatever, then realistically, if you do want to get that quick and you want to get to where you want to be quick, just get another console, another account, and just do the whole session join method. Even though I've done a complete tutorial on how to do that, I still get asked a lot of questions about it. So, I don't know. There are different methods of session joining. It's definitely something that we can explore. But for now, let's talk about reverse boosting. So, as it stands right now, let's just say for argument, you have got a well above average KD. Say you've got a 1 KD, that's well above average. I know, sounds ridiculous, but we are in the TikTok generation, okay? Well, the only difference is now people are getting stupider, warning signs are getting bigger and bolder, then people can't read them. So, if you've got a 1 KD and you want to bring that down massively, and say you've averaged out, let's go back further. Let's go back further on in time. Let's say we go back from, you've had the same account since, I don't know, Modern Warfare 3 to now, and you've averaged like a 1.2, 1.3 KD, whatever it is. So therefore now you're actually getting yourself into diamond tier and, well, platinum, diamond, that kind of tier lobbies with other diamond, platinum players. And you want to get out of that, I want to get dragged down, I want to be a silver, I want to be a gold. How do I actively go about that? Well, firstly, you've got to be consistently bad. And by consistently bad, I mean you need to get pounded. Not just, have a couple of bad games and the form algorithm's going to help you out. No. You need to get pounded harder than Riley Reid, Reslin, Mia Khalifa, Autumn Falls. Trying drastically to think of others now. Lana Rhodes, you know what I mean? You need to get pounded massively, consistently as well, because you're not just going to trick the algorithm after like 5 games of saying, I'm not very good at the game. Oh, look at me. You know, kind of like, I'm a soldier, but I'm running around the map in high heels. Oh no, I tripped over again. You know, and the game at that point is going to be like, all right, he's having a bit of a bad time here. Let's lower him down a little bit after like 5 or 6 games of going like 3 for 20 or whatever. But then as soon as you have a good game, it's going to go, cool, he's woken up again, let's put him back to where they was, or she's woken up again, let's put him back to where they were, and let's crack on. Seeing as you need to tell it that you are now a bad player, and your chances are you're just going to, like, wreck your stats for absolutely nothing. If when I say you need to wreck your stats, I mean you need to obliterate your stats. You know, you need to teach it that you have all of a sudden fallen off a cliff and your thumbs have been amputated. That's what you need to teach it. And the problem is with this, it's boring. That's a reality of it. It's boring, man. You know, at first it's funny. Like when I did my bot account, at first it's like, oh my god, this is a pisser, because you get your pistol out or something like that, and you just run around circles and you're like, kill me, like just jumping up and down like a little bunny rabbit around, like shoot me, fucking shoot me. You know, and then when you do all of this work to get to the point where you want to be, if you don't do it consistently enough, you're only going to get short-term game. So, right, this is where the tutorial part of this whole reverse boosting comes in, because, like I say, I've done it on a bot account, and I know how it works, and I know the consistently way of doing it, which is, whatever let's just take the KD as a broad example now. Let's just say, you know what, I've had enough, I don't want to play in these sweat boxes anymore, I did not consent to being in MLG, casual lobbies, whatever, I want to go play with scrubs. Cool, right, completely understand. So, you ain't going to do it though, because you're going to get bored. You need to take about 100 games of getting smacked. I mean, I have played on my account now about 400 games, so yeah, that'd be like a quarter of them. That's a lot of games. Well, that's not too bad. You know when you're like having like a 9-hour flight and you think, oh, yeah, I can sit in economy for 9 hours. And then when you're sitting in economy for 9 hours, it's like, shit, I wish I paid for extra leg room. You know, like that's kind of where you're at with it. So you need to kind of break that down a little bit and have X amount of games per day where you get smacked, and then give yourself a couple of pick-me-ups in between. By pick-me-ups, don't go crazy. Don't go like getting crazy good games. Just run around with a knife or something like that and just tickle yourself, you know, whilst you're doing it. You know, just getting behind people, doing stupid things. Find a way to eliminate the boredom of what you're doing, because thing is, with the whole reverse boosting technique, yes, it can work if you do it properly, but it takes that long and it does get that boring, and if you fuck it up, basically, you're gonna be in a position where all I've done is tank my stats for actually no gain whatsoever. And the thing is, you will gradually see over time the lobby's getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and until it kind of hits the floor. There is like a no-go area. The one thing I found with so much testing with this, there is a position that you get yourself into where it's like, all right, look, this is where the bottom are. This isn't copper division. This is cardboard division here, and it's wet and it stinks as well, like a hobo's pissed in it. And this is kind of where we're going to let everybody roam. This is the prairie. This is where all the cattle are. Kind of go out there and have fun, and you will know when you hit that kind of level, like when you hit the whole. You know, it just, you feel it, you know. It's like when you hit a crazy good lobby and people are just like jump sliding around everywhere. When you hit the bottom, you know you hit the bottom, and that if that's the level that you want to be at, then to stay there, I think is actually going to be quite difficult as well, because any showing of any competence whatsoever, it will then boost you back up. Not necessarily to where you were before, but it will boost you back up. And generally, like I say, after about 100 games or so of doing this, you are going to find that bottom of the barrel, and when you get there, then the only way is up from there. So how do you maintain it when you get there? So you've put in so much effort to get there. You've had a KD from a 1.4 whatever, and you've brought it down to a 0.04 or something along them lines. Something's absurdly low, you know, whether you've let your kids play in the day and who aren't very good, or you've let your wife play or whatever. You're just taken away of consistently smashing your stats. So you tone this game that, look, I ain't the player that I was, far from it. You've completely got me, you've got me all over the place. You know, I deserve to be down in this lower tier. And then it's like I said in Modern Warfare 2, it's a whole rock and roll method. You know, you can have half a game where you get smashed, and then the second half of the game where you do really, really well, and you're calling a VTOL and stuff like that. I mean, other than for YouTube purposes, what is the point of having, well, what is the point in having a good game? Honestly, it's more for yourself. I mean, for me, I want to have a gameplay where I'm doing really, really well. Because like I said, you want to be the main character. You want to be the John Wick in every game. So therefore, like I say, for YouTube purposes, if I wasn't doing this anymore, would it matter? No, I'd just be camo grinding. And the camo grind as well has actually been fantastic this year. I mean, I've really, really enjoyed it. And so therefore, like I say, if you want to get yourself back down to them levels and then consistently stay at them levels, you want to kind of even out about one. And that's kind of where the comfortable is. That's kind of where the game wants everyone to be, like, hitting for a 1KD anyway. So if you kind of get yourself down into the tier where you think, oh my god, this is lower than low, I don't really feel comfortable here, I want to kind of step it up a little bit, then from there you're going to be able to adjust your level comfortably. And then when you do hit that, you're still going to want to be going evens to negatives. Even like, say, if you take the first half of, just say, a domination game, you just keep an eye on the score, and you kind of like run around with a pistol for the first half of the game, then you like get destroyed, whatever, let people shoot you, all the rest of it. Then the second half of the game, then you kind of think, all right, cool, I'm 20 kills in the red, 30 kills in the red, whatever. Let's give these a bit of a slap in now, or maybe drop a nuke or something like that. Do whatever you want to do. Go crazy. It doesn't matter at that point, because all you'll be doing then is just bringing it back to where you began, which is effectively you haven't taken yourself anywhere. That's the whole rock and roll method. Like I say, roll over at first or second, whichever. The way I like to do it is roll over first, get your tummy tickled, you know, get beaten up a little bit, then say, all right, cool, let's rock out and smash them. So, yeah. Skill-based matchmaking, reverse boosting, you're doing it wrong. And thing is, people won't do it right because it requires a lot of work, and it does require a lot of work. And if you don't want to invest in another console, another account, whatever it may be, then this is realistically the only way of doing it. Because regardless of what your kill death ratio is, you can still get your camos. Alright, you can still get your camos done. You can still get your interstellars done. You can still go on zombies and get them done. Alright, it's just like the moment-to-moment gameplay, the day-after-day games, where you just kind of think, oh, I'm going to jump on for a couple of hours after work, and fucking hell, this is hard work. And I've been there. That's why I've made a whole point of not being in that situation anymore. And when I've spoke about having different accounts and another console and all the rest of it, yeah, but I can't really afford it, I don't want to do that, I shouldn't have to buy two consoles. No, dude, I completely agree with you. But then if you want to now get to a point where you're in them copper or cardboard lobbies, whatever ones you want to call them, this is the only way of doing it consistently, and it just requires a lot of work. Anybody who thinks just having 3 to 5 bad games is ultimate, it's just not going to happen. That's not how this works. Always remember, how long have I had this account? Cool. How well does this game know me then? Because if you've had it for a year or more, it knows you. It knows you well. It knows your habits. It knows how you play. This algorithm is intricately designed to put you where it thinks it should be, and you've got to respect that. And when you respect that and you know how to beat it, then you're going to have some fun with it.